Hello, I'm Ashwin. So I've actually been struggling to come up with a question. I do have a concern with just one thing that you said a couple of times about class struggles and a Marxist viewpoint. It's just that I hope you're not denying the truth behind the Marxist viewpoint, behind the class struggles, because to deny that would be to sanitize and erase a painful portion of Indian history.
No, we've had problems, we still have problems. Yes. I'm not denying that. It's a question of how do you analyze the problem. The problem is there. There has been exploitation all over the world. We've had it too.
Yes.
But we've had our own approaches to it. We've had our own internal revolutions. We've had bhakti movements. We've had many kinds of solutions also from within. They were not imported from somewhere else.
Right.
Okay. And so the difference is when it is our own experience and our own original idea, it is more likely to work. If it is imported, then somebody else controls whether you're doing it right or not. He's giving you funds, your loyalty is over there, you're constantly flying there and getting training for more. It is like somebody sends you an app and you download the app. Now you are also dependent on this guy. He'll send you the next version, and he'll constantly train you, make you use it properly. Whereas if you developed it yourself, then you have that power more on your own hands. So I'm not against the study of social problems, exploitation, injustice. These things exist in every society. It is horrible that they exist. We have to study them and we have to counter them. But we are smart people who should be able to come up with our own ideas.
Can we do this? See, my concern is, I don't like to be labeled left, right, center, like I'm just a human being. So
Good.
See, everywhere where the human condition exists, there has been struggle. Evolutionary psychologists are puzzled by it. Why is that we do what we do? But that is for them to figure out. Can we do the kind of studies what you're saying without sanitizing and denying the pains of the past? Because it's very real.
No, that is true. I don't subscribe to an idealized past. I don't.
Right.
And my idea of dharma, revival, is not going back but going forward.
Yes.
Okay.
Wonderful.
For example, the population of South Asia was probably 5 million in the Vedic era, 5 million. In Aurangzeb's time, it is 300 million. And in British time, it is 300 million. 300 million for South Asia. Okay. So now it's 1.5 billion. Okay. So from 3 million to 1.5 billion is a huge factor already. So if you can go back and say that probably in the time of when the Mughals came, it was like maybe 100 million. Okay. You keep going back. You take it to the time of Buddha, maybe it was 25 million. Like that, if you keep going back, my guess is that I don't know if anybody has done a forecast on this, but or kind of going back in time, I would say that Vedic population might have been a few million. Okay. Now the scalability of their lifestyle, you have to question. So let's say they are cremating with wood. Okay. And they're using wood to make some concoction of something. It may not be viable for 1.5 million people to live that lifestyle because we don't have enough forests. You would need a whole planet bigger than us to supply so much wood. You see what I'm saying? The use of water, the population density going up by such a huge factor means that resources have to be used with greater intensity. So you need more intensive farming, more intensive use of water, better utilization of wood. Then you have to have artificial substitutes for some of these natural things because you don't have enough nature with such a huge population. So the scale of population going up so much makes it, in my opinion, very difficult to go back to the Vedic era and give that Vedic lifestyle to such a large population. You follow what I'm saying?
Okay, right.
It's a logical argument I'm giving. I want the people who say we should go back to Vedic times to show me on a spreadsheet. I want a quantitative model that if everybody has to get up and do this yagna, how much ghee we'll need, how much firewood we'll need, if you all want to cremate with sandalwood, how many sandalwood forests we'll need. If you look at the consumption of nature, in the Vedic era, they didn't have to be efficient because it was abundant. Very few people in a forest, green, beautiful forest in India, did not need intensive farming because there's plenty food growing for a small population. You follow what I'm saying? So, is that lifestyle scalable for today's population density? That is the kind of provocative question I ask. So, I don't accept this business that you go back. I want to take certain metaphysical, certain philosophical, certain spiritual techniques and principles we have and make them, adapt them for the 21st century. And I think we have to bring them forward. Now, our tradition has differentiated Shruti and Smriti precisely for that. Shruti are the eternal principles. Smriti is what you have to rewrite. You have to modernize. Okay? So, Smriti are the texts that you have to adapt and rewrite also. The laziness of our thinkers has been that we are not doing new Smritis. We are supposed to do new Smritis. So, we are supposed to do economic policy as a Smriti, political thought as a Smriti, social justice as a Smriti. So, these are not things we have to necessarily import. We have to write our own social theory Smriti.
Right.
It's a bigger challenge than we are willing to face today. So I am actually very critical of the traditionalists who just want to take a lazy approach and keep chanting what happened and said we bring it back. It may not work. So we have to, this is the age where there's technology. So we have some resources also, which they didn't have. We have the burden of too much population, which they didn't have in the past, but we also have the advantage of assets of some technology that they didn't have. So we have to reconfigure the dharma for today. And this is something not available in the Abrahamic religions because they're closed canon book. And they're history centric. And you're not allowed to amend that. You're not allowed to be too innovative. We can be innovative. So our tradition is not frozen and stuck in a corner like some other traditions are. And I oppose the traditional scholars who are not innovative, who are closed-minded. We have to be able to think of issues, problems of the past with a fresh idea. We do not need to borrow the Westerner critique, nor do we need to deny the problems.